love traveling and I enjoy first class just as much as anyone. But most of the time, I'd rather spend my money on vacation than on the flight getting there. So if you're about to spend 14 to 15 hours in an economy seat, don't board that plane until you've watched this video. So over the years, I've learned that surviving on a long flight isn't about having the most comfortable seat. Sometimes it just comes down to a few simple habits that can make the difference between arriving completely frazzled or arriving ready to enjoy your trip. So let's get started. Today, I'm sharing 10 habits that make a long flight in the economy section just a little bit more comfortable and a lot more manageable. So let's get into it. First things first, dress for comfort. I can't stress how layering is so essential. Because the cabin temperature tends to fluctuate, you want to be able to adjust in the event that it's either hot or cold. I also wear comfortable shoes because my feet tend to get cramped after hours of just sitting. You want to stay hydrated. I have this refillable water bottle that once I get past, TSA pre-check, obviously, they have these water stations in the airport that you can use to fill this reusable water bottle. I also add this little hydration pack to my water just to stay hydrated. It's a good way not to buy a bottle of water before you get on a plane, or you can buy a drink of your preference and fill it in this container before you get on a plane. I'm just saying, a good drink, some juice or something of that nature. Okay, so keep travel essentials like a travel pouch. Everything you need during the flight stays under the seat in front of you. Like for instance, if I need to cover my eyes in the event that someone has either used the overhead light because they're reading or they lifted the shade and there's too much sunlight coming in, then I can wear that. I tend to wear these, which is by Cozy. They also have speakers in there, so it's Bluetooth that you can actually use to listen to music or anything, and it's just really, really comfortable. It blocks out the light, and it's just another product that that you can use to sleep or just relax while you're sitting and waiting on the plane to get to your destination. Oh, and you got to have your neck pillow to support your head in the event that you're either on the aisle seat or middle seat. And I still use it if I'm leaning against the window. Just great comfort. It just makes traveling just feel so much more comfortable. You have headphones. My Bose speakers, I tend to use those a lot, but I can plug it into the headrest in the event the Bluetooth is not acting correctly. I have this headset, which is a counseling noise headset. I tend to use that. It also has this little plug-in, and this is by Shure. Great product. You can use the earphones that the airplane give you. I mean, just sky's the limit on headsets, right? But however, don't forget your power packs. I have a power pack for my phone. I have this universal plug. I have this multi-device charging for my phone, my laptop, and whatever you may need it for. Something my husband brought me. I had not even opened it yet. So you also have, or I have, this compact eyeglasses. They just fold out in the event that I brought a book, a magazine, for that matter, and I'm just wanting to read. Medication. Don't forget your medication. Now, let me say this about the importance of keeping your medication literally in your back pocket, because I've witnessed an instance where you get on the plane and because you're sitting in the economy section, all of a sudden there's no more overhead space. So you're asked to check your bag. Well, then you just go into this panic because you forgot that the bag that you checked, your medication is inside that bag. And I'm not saying that they will not scramble through the bottom of the plane to just find your luggage for your bag. You just never know. You may be out of luck, God forbid, if it's your heart medication. So be mindful of that. Make sure that you have your medicine pack with you. Like I have Advil, Tylenol, all those things that you might not need that's not medicated related, but are also essentials. I kind of keep that underneath the seat in front of me. So then you want to have your essentials, like you want to have your, wipes, your large wipes, your toilet wipes, the tissues, In the event that you need to just wipe something up, kind of quickly, you will have these kind of things. So those are kind of, you want to make sure that you at least have your essentials, your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your mouthwash, your dental floss, hand sanitizer. I actually keep this out all the time. So two, you also want to just get up and move around, stretch, walk to the end of the plane, walk the aisles, take a few minutes to, it kind of helps you feel better before you land and you're not just totally stiff. Okay, download entertainment like your movies, your podcasts, your playlists, your books, your maps before you leave home, because when you get on the plane, the Wi-Fi is not strong enough to support you downloading anything. You want to also have just healthy snacks, something that you just don't have to depend on this airplane food. And then, I mean, these are just like a variety of these little things. I have pistachios, and then I love these too. So I tend to have those. I mentioned earlier about having compression socks. I think it was Copper something. I'm not going to name a brand, but however, when you have long flights, I hear that they're really, really good in terms of making your legs feel better. And you just, you can wear those as well. These are just habits that make flying in economy so much more comfortable for me. And I hope at least one of them help on your next trip. So with that being said, I love to hear from you. What's one thing that you never travel without on a long flight? Can you share it in the comments below so that we all can learn from each other? If you enjoyed these practical tips or habits, if you will, along with me as I build this life around travel, creativity, and adventure, I would love for you to subscribe.